Hello, I am Katelin, and I have Jenny here with me, and today we will be looking at two different artworks, the first being Impression Sunrise by Claude Monet, which was painted in 1872.
A favorite work for many people.
Yes, quite. As a matter of fact, this work of Monet's was the favorite from an exhibit of 165 paintings from roughly 30 different impressionistic artists.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Indeed, but even then, artists like Monet, Renoir, and Pissarro were all rejected by the critics and the people because of the bold actions that they took to create great and different art.
Art that makes you think, art that has its own impression on you.
After all, the aim of Impression Sunrise is just the accurate reproduction of the very impression and its resulting mood.
So what do you suppose brought on this unwanted change?
Well, in 1865, the Civil War ended, and shortly after, so did slavery, driven by Abraham Lincoln. The people did not like this change, and certainly did not like the change within art.
Why were the people so against this change in art?
People don't like being outside their own comfort zone, so when the artists made those very bold moves to challenge the people with how they viewed art, the people criticized and hated them for it.
Take Lincoln, for example. He was assassinated for starting the move to end slavery and trafficking.
This is correct, and the people did not like this change.
How has Impressionism changed our world today?
I believe that Impressionism has helped us as humans, as a society, and as a nation with our judgment on many different levels, a better acceptance and appreciation for one another, a better understanding of where others have come from and where they're going, and a better willingness to accept the change in our lives and deal with what we have in front of us on a daily basis.
Many things about our country has changed in the past couple hundred years because of what happened in history. Things such as allowing gay marriage and equal rights.
I believe we have become a better nation because of what these artists were creating within the psychological aspect of their artwork.
Okay, now let's look at Nighthawks by Edward Hopper. This work was done in 1942.
It's probably the most famous and recognizable work by Hopper.
It is a very popular work, and it's been parodied many times in a variety of medium. One remarkable example is this recreation of the diner from the movie Pennies from Heaven. And I say recreation because, and here's a catch, this place doesn't actually exist. The scene that Hopper painted was inspired by a restaurant on Greenwich Avenue, but Hopper simplified the scene and made the restaurant bigger. This exact scenery did not exist.
That's interesting because Hopper is a realist, and this painting seems like it could be an actual place that you would find in New York City. There's something very American about this.
Now, Sinclair Lewis talks about the American city life in his novel Main Street. He talks about the intelligent young people fleeing to the cities because of the contentment of the quiet dead, because dullness is made God. And Hopper's work, especially this piece, really articulates this national spiritual vacuum and the acute sense of isolation.
You notice that none of the people are really interacting with each other. There doesn't seem like there's much conversation going on. You can't even tell if the couple there is actually a couple. Hopper painted these people as they were unrelated rather than related.
The streets are deserted too. There's no sign of life anywhere else. And there's no lights, not even street lights. The only light source is from the diner.
There is a sense that the viewer is excluded. You can't get into the diner. There isn't even a door.
And what adds to that sense of exclusion, of isolation, is that not only are they not interacting with each other, no one is looking at the viewer either. And that's really significant when you think about what it would look like if they were. Now that's an entirely different painting with a completely different feel to it. They're looking at you and it's like they're inviting you in. Hey there, we see you, come on in. But that's not how it is in Hopper's painting.
So what do you do when no one is looking at you? When you're left utterly alone, like you're invisible?
Well, there you go.